Hi everyone, Ann Butler here with Bella Crafts Publishing. I'm going to wait just a few minutes till some people get in here so I can make sure everything's working okay. I'm going to try to find it on my computer once it pops up so I can hopefully answer some of your questions. Okay, I found it on my computer. I'm going to pull it up real quick and then I'll watch and see if anybody comes in, and then I'll start. And I'll wait just a couple minutes. Today I am excited to share a project. Hi Debbie, from my girlfriend Eileen Hall. She creates dies for Sizzix, and I saw that she released a new teacup die. Well, I have her first die that is now retired, but I thought maybe it would inspire people, and then she could sell her new die. The project I'm going to share today is this adorable little teacup. Now this is, like I said, Eileen's retired teacup, so it's a little bit different than the brand new one that she has just released, but if you love this one, she does have cuts available in her Etsy store, and Lisa will put the link in here for you for that. But this is what I'm going to show you today, and what I'm going to show you is this marbling technique using paint and glue. So before I get started, I want to remind everybody that we're Bella Crafts Publishing, and we do a free craft magazine 4 times a year. The fall issue is going to come out at the end of this week. It is done. I am just doing all the background stuff and changing everything that needs to be changed in order for it to go live. And also, we do sell ebooks. Now, Eileen has done 4 ebooks with us, and we do have a bundle for the first 3 ebooks at 30% off, and that's $29.97. Lisa will put the link in here for you if you want to check that out. And then we also have her new ebook, Pocket Notebooks. So you might want to check those out. I am going to go ahead and pull this down and move this extra tripod out of the way so we can get started on this project. And I also want to share with you, it's a low-res copy of the cover of the fall issue. So it's kind of pixelated, but this beautiful cover was actually done by one of our viewers. She created these beautiful pumpkins, and they're featured in the magazine. And she actually shared it in our group, Do You Love to Craft? So if you're not in our group, please join our group, because you never know, you might be featured in the magazine. This issue, the fall issue, is going to be coming out on Friday. So if you haven't already signed up, Lisa will put the link in here for you, or you can go to the Learn More tab on our Facebook page and sign up right there, and it'll come right to your inbox. So just wanted to share that beautiful project with you by Sylvia. And Sylvia was here earlier when I did my first Facebook Live. I haven't seen her come in yet. And also, if you like, share, and comment with the hashtag Bella Crafts, you'll be entered for the giveaway that we announce next week. The giveaway for this week is a $100 prize package from Bella Crafts. So you'll want to enter for that. So this is the project we're going to create today. I love this die. This die is perfect for so many things, and it is perfect for party favors. So I want to show you how to create this. First of all, like I said, this is a retired die from Eileen. She has a brand new teacup die that is available. And so you might want to check that out in her Etsy store. But if you love this die, she does do die cuts on mat board that she would send to you too. So to do this, you have to make a sandwich with your plates, the die, mat board, and another plate. And then you put that through your die machine. Now when you do that, you get one piece of the cup, the side panel, a tag for a tea bag, and the saucer. So you have to run this through once, and then you have to do it a second time to get the other side of the teacup. Now when I did this, I'm able to get 4 teacups, extra teacups, by turning this. So you want to die cut those. And then when I did mine, I didn't paint it at all, and I went in and painted it black afterwards. So I really recommend that you go ahead and paint the portions that you're going to be using before you start. You only have to paint the inside. So like this cup is going to, let me see if I have 2 insides. There we go. This cup is going to be like this. So you want to paint, because you're going to do the enamel painting on the outside. So you want to paint one side and you want to do opposites. So your cup is going to go together. And you want to do one side of your side panel and let that dry. And then on the side panel, when you put it through the die cutting machine, it does create these score lines. And you want to go ahead and pre-put those up so that they're already bent. And then I'm going to open that up when I'm doing my enamel painting. But they've been scored, so it'll be easy for me to refold that. And I'm going to put a craft mat down. And have my pieces here. I could work right on my craft sheet, but I'm going to work on a small paper plate. Now to make this paint that we're going to use, I use Eileen's tacky glue. You can use other kinds of glue. They all give just a little bit different look. So test it out and try it. I like this because it has a nice consistency and works well. So I'm going to put 1 bigger dollop and 2 small ones. Now I'm not going to be painting all of the pieces. If I was, I would make these much bigger. But for the video, I'm just showing you how to do it. So I just pour those out onto the plate. And then I'm going to take some paint, and you can use, I use an acrylic paint. You can use any brand you want. But I'm using a very dark black, and this is from Earth Safe Finishes. So I'm pouring a generous amount, about a third, about of what the glue is there, in there. And then I'm using some orange for this. So I'm just gonna put a little bit, I don't need a lot of orange. Might use a tiny bit more of orange. And then you're gonna want to use some white. I know the glue is white, but it dries clear. So you don't want clear spots showing up on your project. So you add some white to that. And then I grabbed some craft sticks. So I could mix these. Now, if you were doing a big project, you might mix the black, because you're going to use a lot of the black, in a paper cup. So you have enough. And it does look like the black is turning kind of gray. That's because the glue right now is white. But when it's finished, when it dries completely, that black is going to be a very dark black. So don't be worried about that. And don't add a bunch more paint, because that would change the consistency. And I do, like I said, 1 part paint to 3 parts of glue about. I just kind of eyeball it. I've never actually measured it. And then mix the orange. And you want to mix it real thoroughly so that you don't get any, when you're using it, you don't want any just glue areas where it would dry clear. And then mixing the white into the glue is just a little bit harder because you can't see, so I just mix for about the same amount of time as I mixed the others. And then I kind of check it to make sure it's not so runny or anything. If it was way too runny because of how much paint you used, I would then add just a titch more glue. So that's what you do. And then you're ready to use it. So remember, on the one side, I've already painted my teacup, and I painted the edges too, so that when it's all done, it is totally finished. And when I put mine together, like, this is how the teacup is meant to go together. Let me grab my 2 pieces. So you're going to fold these to the inside, and this piece butts up right there and it gets glued. But I found that these pieces were unnecessary for me, so I just took those off. And if it's a little ragged, you could just trim that. But I wouldn't cut this piece off until after I was done enameling it. And I'm going to show you why. Because this way you have something to hold on to as you're doing it, and your fingers aren't going to get all messy. So I'm going to take my paint and glue mixture, and I'm going to put it on the entire cup or piece. You can do this on wood. It makes really pretty enameled look on wood, so there's a lot of options. I just thought it was perfect for these teacups because it really gives it a different look, and each one is unique because you're doing the marbling, so each one is unique. And by having this extra piece here, you're able to hold on to this and I do a lighter bit right around the edge of the handle here. Now, this is all going to dry even. It will settle evenly, so it's not going to be lumpy or anything. So you don't have to worry about skimming it to make it perfectly level. It will self-level out. So you have that on here. I'm going to grab a baby wipe to wipe this little section off. Okay, so you have this all ready. And then I have some craft sticks, some little craft sticks that I'm going to use to pick this up. And you want to just kind of drizzle it across in whatever way you want it. You can do glops. There is no right or wrong. You're just adding the color in here, and you can go in all one direction or different directions, but you just add your color. Put a little bit on the handle there. And then same thing, use a smaller craft stick or a toothpick, works really great too. And just kind of bring those colors on top of the black. And it's best to use just a little, and then you can go back and add more if you want. And then I'm going to take a craft stick and I'm going to run it through, and I'm going to wipe the tip off every time, but you're just going to run it through to give patterns to pull and marble that paint. So you could never, as you can see, you would never get two that are exactly the same. But this is a fun technique if you've never done it. Just to do something different and have fun. I mean, everybody, these are basic supplies, so it would be easy to do. And kids have fun doing this too. You just have to watch that they don't overdo with the strokes or anything. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of white in there. And even though that you're pulling the paint through, like I said, this is going to self-level. So in the end, it all looks beautiful. And you can do squiggly lines if you want. So it's really up to you. This is the no thinking, relaxing part that you get, where you can just sit and play, and it's kind of mindless, but it's fun. So you just do it until you're happy with it. You're happy with the looks. And then you're going to take this and you're going to set it aside to dry. And I'm going to take and move this all the way up here out of the way. So you're going to set that aside to dry. And when it dries, I think I would let it dry overnight, or let it dry for at least 8 hours, depending upon where you live, how thick the paint is, and the humidity. But I tested mine like after a couple hours, and it was dry, the top layer, but I still let it dry overnight. And on here, I can see that I got just a little tiny bit of paint. Like when you do it, you want to lift it and make sure you don't have a glob of paint sitting there, but this one did, and I left it so I could show you. All you need to do is come in here and trim that off. So, I mean, or you could use a little file and file that off. So that's how easy it is, just pulling that paint through there. And it's always beautiful. Even when it's wet, you may be thinking, I'm not sure I'm going to like it. Just give it a try. It's a fun technique. So like at this point, this is where I would go ahead and bend this and cut this off. Because when I created mine and I did this piece, I had painted the two sides and I had left the middle undone, and then I thought, no, I think I want that as the base, because I wasn't going to use the saucer. So when I put this together, this would have covered it, and I didn't think it was necessary, because once I had this adhered, it wasn't going to move. So I just took and cut that off right at the bend. And you could put just a little dab of paint there so that it's completely finished. And to put this together, you can use, I know that Eileen has some red liner tape, or you can hot glue it. And I did one side at a time. And I made sure when I put it on, I turned it and I pushed this all the way so that I made sure it was going to be nice and level. And I let that dry because I used hot glue. And then you put the other side on and you're done. It's that quick and easy. See, I cut those off and I just added just a little tiny bit of paint there. But that's such a cute project. And I filled it with some candy corn. But you could use this, and you could use the little, she has the little tea bag part to this die, and you could have that hanging out and put the name of your guest on there. That would be really cute if you had it as a place setting. So the possibilities with this die are limited only by your mind. And I thought this was a great technique because I love to do techniques and something different. You can totally cover it with paper, you can paint it, you can do whatever you want. But I thought this gave it a shine and a nice look. So give it a try. And join our Facebook group, Do You Love to Craft? Lisa will put the link in here for you. Share what you're creating with Eileen's dies, because we love to see what everybody's doing. So I'm going to check real quick and see if there's any questions that I can answer. Although I will go through later and answer all the questions. But I'm just checking real quick. Eileen, you've never seen this technique? It is such a fun technique. And with the glue in there, it makes it nice and hard. You know, it makes it more durable. So I love this technique. And you can try different kinds of glues. Every glue will give you a different, maybe a different finish. If you have a glue that is like super thick, you might just spray it a tiny bit with water if you need to. Just test it out on a few different pieces until you find the glue that you like and the consistency. But it is a super fun technique, and I would love to see if any of you guys try it. Just throw it in our group and we'd love to see what you guys are doing. Maria, I'm sorry that the video kept cutting off for you. You can always watch the replay. How long will it take to dry? Depending upon where you live and the humidity and all sorts of things, it's going to take a few hours. I would safely say overnight is your best option. So if you're doing this technique, do all of your pieces and then come back and in the morning or after 8 hours or so. Yes, Eileen, it would be perfect as a journal cover. It would, you know, this technique can be used on so many things. And because it is thick, it makes this really durable. Glum, yeah, it kind of does look ceramic. That's why I call it enamel. It does, it has that beautiful shine, and it is very durable. So I'm going to go through here and answer all the questions and the comments. But I want to share with you last week's winner of the $25 gift card for Newton's Nook. And that winner, here, let me put this up on, let me just grab this out of the tripod. There. So I hope you guys like the technique. And remember, Lisa and I do 2 lives every single Wednesday. Lisa is on at noon Central Time, and I am on at 2 o'clock Central Time. So join us every week, and we do giveaways every week with our sponsors. This week, Bella Crafts is the sponsor. We are giving away a $100 prize package, minimum value, $100. That we'll be sending out to 1 lucky winner. So like, share, and comment on this video. And you have a chance to win if you put the hashtag Bella Crafts. That's how we find all the comments and shares. And we put it into a random picker and we pick our winners. So you have a good chance of winning. Now, last week's winner of a $25 gift card for Newton's Nook. They were our sponsor last week. And that winner is, I know I'm going to mess up this name, but it's Kirthi Shiva. So please get in touch with us, Kirthi Shiva. I'll put your name in here, or Lisa's here. She can type your name in here and tag you. Get in touch with us, and we will get your email address off to Newton's Nook, and you will get that gift card. So thank you everybody for joining us today, and be sure and join us next week. And don't forget to check out Eileen's ebooks that she has with us. They are fabulous and full of all sorts of creative ideas that you'll want to check out. So until next week, have fun and be creative. Bye, everyone.